here and well. So let's get rolling. We've got a chilly morning in Charleston. I love this picture. It reminds me of that one year we got snow that I remember. Apparently it's supposed to snow next week in Charleston. Yeah, I don't know. That's what they say. So we'll see. That would be another fun excursion for all of us. And maybe the market would slow down a minute. No, we don't really expect that. I don't know if we want that either. All right, we've got a couple of guests joining us this morning that we're going to hear from here in a few minutes. We've got Tracy Foster, our relocation director, joining us online. And then we also are going to hear from Kendall and Jack. Jack is Leah Fry's son, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about a fundraising effort that they are involved in. So we'll hear from them soon. We also get to welcome Noelle. Noelle, are you on with us this morning? I know you were just texting me, but Noelle is...
I'm here.
Yay, awesome. Noelle, tell everybody about you.
Oh, sorry, I just undid my earphones. What'd you say?
Tell everybody about where you're from and what you've been doing lately and why you came to Charleston.
Oh, I'm from Fort Lauderdale, and I was one of the top producing agents at my office at Keller Williams. When I was in Fort Lauderdale, I moved here in October and wanted to continue my passion of real estate here in Charleston. So we are known for doing a lot of fix and flips and kind of renovating and investing, and also helping. I was a single agent out there, so I was doing my own buying and selling with my clients. And I was just recently on HGTV House Hunters. So it was fun, but now I'm excited to meet you all and be a part of Carolina One.
We are glad you are here. I was telling everybody a couple weeks ago that you were on House Hunters, and that you had said to me, you know, I like to think kind of funny, but they cut out all my good jokes.
They did. It was funny. They put in a couple of my good jokes, my like wine jokes. But yeah, I had so many funny ones that they cut. I was really sad.
It was fun to watch. So welcome to the team, girl. We're glad you're here.
Well, thank you. Thanks. I'm excited to meet everybody.
Awesome. All right. We've also got some birthdays coming up. We have on February 4th, Ann Wise's birthday. And then on the 7th, Kelly Neely. On the 8th, we have Charlotte McDonald. And on the 10th, we have Joe Keller's birthday. Fun, fun, fun. Happy birthday to you guys. We also have a couple of anniversaries to celebrate in the month of February. We've got Ashley Marsh celebrating 2 years, along with Lauren Zarilla, 2 years at Carolina One. Alex Terregas going into her 3rd, along with Ann Wise and Chilla Stankovics. Lisa McKeechee is celebrating 5 years. These kind of hard to see there. Nancy Carol Crick, also 5 years, and as well as Tom. David Thompson, 6 years. Tina Campbell Byer, 6 years with us. Kelly Neely, 6 years. She's got a birthday and an anniversary. That's pretty cool. Doug Getford, 9 years. Morris Cave, 12. And Kimberly Ritter, 15 years with Carolina One. So awesome stuff. Thank you guys very much for your commitment to Carolina One. We appreciate that very much. Couple of things upcoming. So tonight we are doing vision boards and some cocktails, some beer and wine. By the way, Digit Santo is coming tonight. Yes. We're going to do just a few little munchies. We're going to make some vision boards. We probably, depending on how many people we have, we'll probably do it in the kitchen or in the front conference rooms. So please, please, please RSVP. We kind of mixed up our communication, Alyssa and I, and we didn't send out an RSVP list until yesterday. So she thought I was doing it. I thought she was doing it, that sort of thing. So please let us know if you're coming. You're welcome to bring anybody, spouses, kids, whatever. It's usually pretty fun, laid back. We listen to some music. We sip on some wine, have a couple bites to eat, and make some vision boards. It's always an uplifting thing. You know, I'm a huge believer in the power of vision. So try it out. If it's something that you've never done, try it. And if it's something you've always done, definitely join us and bring magazines if you have them. We have a bunch, but we could definitely use more. And then the only other thing you need to bring is a picture frame to obviously put your vision board in. So again, we'll call for RSVPs to that, just so that way we don't have a bunch of extra wine, because that would be a sin, or extra beer. That wouldn't be good either. So we'd have to drink it all by ourselves. So join us tonight, 4 to 7. A couple of reminders on the Heart Association. So we are a big contributor to this. Michael's all excited because they sent out the leaderboard, and we're only $1,000 away from being in the top 10. So of course, Michael's like, let's go, right? So tomorrow is Wear Red Day. I sent you guys an email where I think I'm sending it today. I can't remember if I sent it. Yes, Patty Vic's got her little pom-pom over here. So I'm challenging you all, since we're all in this COVID, can't be together kind of thing. Wear red, post a selfie of you, your kids, whoever else, your friends, your realtors, your clients, whatever. post a selfie online, include the donation link to our team page, and then make an ask. I mean, I did that on my neighborhood Facebook page last night, and I think we got 2 donations for like 20 bucks each. So it doesn't matter how much, literally 20 bucks is a big impact. So this is our first thing we're doing. Just post on social media. I'll send you out the team link if you don't have it. We'll send it out later today, but it's simple. Put on a red t-shirt, snap a picture, post on social media. And it's also really good to just support the community and for people to see that you are that kind of way. So let's do that tomorrow. More to come on that. Our production, stay focused, guys. This is a crazy, crazy market, and you guys are doing a great job of staying on top of it. We've got 32 listings in the month of January. So this is our month end, 15.7 million at an average price of $450. We've got 84 sales for 37 million at an average price of $440. 53 closings for 27 million, average price of $532, which is awesome. Nice averages. I'll highlight the multiples here for the sake of time since we had a great start to January. Also, I just want to let you know in the month of January, from a company perspective, we beat the market in written sales by 20%. That is huge. So the market was up, I forget by how much. I'd be totally guessing if I put a number out there. But we were up over the market by 20% in written sales. So what does that kind of infer in terms of the relationship between agents that Carolina One agents have? What'd you say, Melissa? Yes, Melissa said we're working. But really, it really sings to the fact that we are a community of agents that work together. So that InstaList thing that we have is a huge advantage. If we're outpacing the market by 20% in writtens, that's because we have resources and we know where the inventory is. So we've got to keep leveraging that. You guys are doing an awesome job with that. So let's highlight the multiple agent transactions here for the month of January. We've got the Smith team with 3, Charlotte McDonald with 7, the Northrop team with 4, Cindy Ellenberger with 3, Ann Wise with 5, the Ritter group with 7, the Perella group with 15. Nice stuff, guys. Digit Matheny with 4, Mary Guest with 2, Leslie Evans. I'm just going to read them all, I guess. McKeechee team, the Poppy team with 10, Bonnie Cook with 10, DuBose Cuthbert, Karen Taz with 4, Duval Acker, Paul Lynch with 2, Elizabeth Murphy, Lauren Zarillo with 3, Tommy Lovett, Casey Benton with 12. Awesome. Jeannie Axel with 3. It's always nice to see her up there right now. The Elite Ran team with 5, Laura Goolsby with 2, Johnny Lane Nugent, Dorothy Shea with 3, Tina Hartford with 9, Doug Getford with 4, Justin Wachtendorf, Katha Remington, Mary Maloney 2, Alex Terregas 2, Whitley Boyd 2, the Renee Kramer team rocking it with 11, Katrina Johnson with 2, Duval, I think you got a mute over there. Yeah, sorry, got it. Let's see, where was I? Katrina Johnson 2, the Davis Rivers group 2, the McKeechee team 2, Carrie Walker group, Hometown Property group with 10, Pam Bishop 7, Fessler team with 7, Melissa Loy with 3, Cindy Howell, Dominique Snyder House with 2, Madison Reed, Chrissy Strickland with 2, Nancy Carroll Crick with 2, Jen Huffman, Chip Idlet, Palmetto Partners, Thorne Cathcart with 3, Michelle Gethers, Noelle with her first 2 with Carolina One, very exciting, and Homes of the Low Country with 3. Awesome stuff, guys. Well done. Nice spread. Nice spread. All right. So this chart, I'm going to keep putting it in front of you guys. I know you've seen it a bunch of times, but this is such a significant meaning. I talk to, any person that has to do with real estate or doesn't have to do with real estate. Yesterday, I went to the dentist and my hygienist is like, how's the real estate market? And I was like, well, we have about 2,400 houses to sell. And we usually need about 12,000. And she's like, what? So people can comprehend that very, very simply. And then they're like, wow, it really is a crazy market. And then the dentist came in and she's like, I just bought a house. And then of course, my first thought was with who, right? Whatever. But she was telling me how crazy the real estate market is as if I don't know. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. So people are getting it. So we really need to keep educating people in the public because it's tough out there. I know you guys are struggling, but you're doing a great job. A couple of new homes market facts. We're going to send this out to y'all. This obviously comes from Will Jenkinson. Pending sales are at 3,641 in MLS. That's 42% of everything pending is new construction. That's outrageous. So we've really got to know our new homes communities. We had a little conversation the other day with Nicole Riccozzi, and they went under contract with a builder. They put a $5,000 reservation on a lot, and the builder said, just so you know, we can increase the sales price between now and the time that we actually write the contract. And her clients got really upset, rightfully so, because they're like, we want to write a contract with you, but the builder won't let them because they don't know their cost. They don't know their inventory supply because they're too far out. I was talking to John Sweeney and Rob Bemware a couple days ago, and they, in one of their neighborhoods, are sold out of inventory until February of 2022. So it's tough, even on the new home side, but you have to assume that new construction is not putting a lot of their stuff in MLS. So if you know of a community that might be a good fit, don't assume you're going to find it on MLS. Reach out to that site agent and say, what do you have coming? And we've really got to find creative ways to stretch people between that time. I mean, if 2022 is what we're looking at in some neighborhoods and some price points, that's a totally different ballgame for us. Any questions on new home stuff? I don't want to go through each stat, but go ahead.
Maggie.
Hang on one second, Madison.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Proposed construction. So Greg said, good point, Greg. He's saying that, Madison, I know you guys couldn't hear him. He's saying that when you look at MLS for active listings, there's just about 1,900 active listings right now. And when you take out the ones that are proposed construction, which means not move-in ready today, there's only about 1,600 single family ready to go right now, move in 30 days kind of homes. Right. And proposed new construction in our world used to be like, what, 90 days out sometimes. But now, like I just said, it could be 2022. So we've really got to work both sides of the deals in terms of finding matches in our database and all sort of that stuff. Madison, what were you going to say?
So I was at John Whelan, Dunes West yesterday talking to the rep, and she said they're at March 2022. But then she goes, don't worry, because we're sold out. Like, we're completely sold out of lots, and they can't release any of their next phase because of the moratorium with Mount Pleasant builds until that kind of lets up, that moratorium lets up. They can't schedule the building permits and all that. So I was shocked. I was like, oh, she's like, and a family came in right behind me, and she said the exact same thing to them. And she's like, you need a realtor that is checking the resales every day. And I just raised my hand in the office. I was like, hey.
How nice of a new homes agent to push having a realtor. That's a nice,
Right.
refreshing conversation.
But that was
No, you're right.
And
And
I've heard that in years. Heard a builder rep say that in years. We're full.
It is crazy. Remember, like, how many years ago, whatever investor said, if you can buy more land, buy it, because they don't make it anymore.
Right.
Now, how many of us are like, man, I wish I had more land.
Yes.
Well, good feedback. And Tina and Kristen Davis have a couple of comments here in the chat box. One realtor on the Facebook page made a point that there's fewer homes reflected in the MLS because of the to-be-builts, which is similar to what Greg was just saying. And then commissions are dropping for to-be-builts and new construction. Some builders are going to flat fees. Some are dropping to 2%. So don't be alarmed. Just, we got to buckle down and pivot a little bit because we're in a crazy market. Kristen said the general brokerage folks are now second class. It's so frustrating because we do just as much work, and you buy what you have. So she's saying basically they're cutting our commissions, but as if we're doing less work. Really, I think it's the complete opposite. So we can't control that kind of stuff. All we can do is focus on what we can influence and influence that, right? So, all right, new homes, we've got that down pat. I'll send this slide out to you guys in case you want to share on social media. A couple of creative cures to the inventory struggle. We've shared this a few times, but maybe something else might come to mind if we repeat. Obviously, leverage our resources. It's working. We're not outpacing the market in written sales by 20% because we're doing a bad job of that. So keep doing that. Leasebacks, reverse home to purchase contingencies, Rini was strategizing with me for like 3 days on $2 million worth, and she was able to get it done. And she didn't do anything extra creative, but the buyer of her listing was really concerned that he was going to incur more fees if it didn't close on time because the seller was purchasing a home. So he's like, well, if that gets delayed, I have to move out of my apartment and then I'm going to have extra fees. So he wanted her seller to pay money. And we were like, no. So what Rini did was actually very creative, and she wrote a heartfelt letter to the buyer. It wasn't even her buyer. And she was like, listen, here's the details on her purchase. We're good. We're not going to get delayed. We'll do everything we can. And he finally was like, okay. So we got to do creative things sometimes. Search active contingents with Kickout. I know Andrea is working hard on doing that with clients coming to town. Check your database for past sales that match your criteria. When you see those, hey, I have a buyer need that is this, I have a seller need that is this, look in your database and look at properties that you have sold in the past and see if you can make matches. That's a really, really great skill set to do. Search without active status so you can see canceled and withdrawns. And then obviously search Facebook's marketplace and all kinds of stuff like that, and the for sale by owners. All right. Couple of things. Whoops, those don't go here. Sorry, Tracy. Maybe they do. Hold on. Yeah, I think they do. Okay, Tracy. I don't know why I have a mark the calendar slide there welcoming you, but let's hear from Tracy on a couple of different income opportunities in terms of relocation that I think we sometimes forget. Tracy, what you got for us?
Good morning, Long Point Road. I'm so excited to be with y'all. Yeah, if we set goals for each of the offices. I have so much to tell y'all. We have goals for each of the offices every year, and your office goal is just one outgoing referral per agent. Last year, y'all were 75% of your goal. So I'm going to get you to not only meet that goal this year, but I'm going to get you to exceed it because you have a whole department at your disposal that wants to help you. So let's take a look at this migration study. Migration studies are nothing new, but one of the things, people are saying people are moving to South Carolina. Well, we've been on the top list for years, so nothing's changed there. Some of the reasons why people are moving here, their top reasons are retirement, job, family, lifestyle, and health is kind of the lowest. So I don't think the pandemic changed too much of it for us in South Carolina, because we all know, and that's why we're here, we love where we live, and everybody else does too. So that's a great thing. So next slide. So while we're still among the top states, there's other states that people move to, which is interesting during this pandemic. So the states in blue, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Idaho is one of the top places people moved during 2020. And the yellow states are places where people moved out of: California, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, things like that. But what this map does in the migration study really only tells half the story, because there's a lot going on in these other states as well. So let's go to the next slide. So, or go back one, Maggie. Yeah, that one. Yes, that one.
Sorry.
So anyway, telling more of the story, and this is the part that I really want you to, we always ask people, where are you moving and things like that. Ask better questions, because there's a lot going on. There are people, through the pandemic, a lot of people work from home. People found that they could work from home easily. Jobs feel like, some employers are like, well, this is working out really well. So they're letting some of their employees maybe work a couple days a week from home. Some people are maybe having to check in with their office once a month, or maybe once a quarter. So that's giving people a lot of different options. So take Michigan, for example. A lot of people are moving out of the city of Detroit, wanting to be an hour or two away, because maybe they have to check in their job once a month, or once a week, or something like that. So even though these states are not places where people are moving in or out of, there's still a lot going on throughout the United States. So just ask better questions. Delocation is not a new term, but something that you are going to hear a lot of in 2021. And delocation means exactly that people are with their jobs, they are now, people in New York are moving to South Carolina or other places. They still have their jobs in New York, but they are delocating because they only have to check in once a month, once every quarter, or whatever, as far as going to their office, so they can live anywhere. So just make sure that you're asking better questions. Y'all are doing your vision board tonight. I encourage you all to put on your vision board something that you want. We have an agent years ago that they wanted, it was a guy, he wanted a sports car, and his wife said, well, you better find some extra money for that. We came to his office, started talking about outgoing referrals. Lo and behold, he started sending them. And guess what? He came to me one day and he said, guess what? I got some payments on my sports car. So I told my wife, look at this. We have an agent that loves really expensive shoes. And her husband's like, that is ridiculous to spend several $100s, like $500 on shoes. So she has a shoe account. Whatever it is, put it, ladies, put your shoe account on there. What about that vacation you wanted to take? Put that thing on your vision board, because you can make it, and you're missing out by not doing it. So next slide. As you can see, I'm pretty passionate about this, y'all, because I see the checks that come across my desk. The average referral that agents that we put in your bank account, that actually accounting put in your bank account last year, the average was $2,000. You don't have much work. You got about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes worth of work, y'all. So people are moving all around outside of the Tri-County area, and they should be talking to you. And why aren't they talking to you? Because they don't know that you can help them in Chicago or move out of California or wherever. So a couple things on our relocation page on Rose on the top right, there's some social media posts up there. Click on those, use those. There's probably about 20 something in there talking about need a home office, need a vacation spot, need places. It's really all timely of what we're experiencing. And there's some great media pieces in there. So utilize those, and utilize those often to let people know that you can. I don't like the word refer. It's just easy for somebody to say, you know, can I refer you? And they just say no. Ask them if you can introduce them to a real estate professional that you know in Chicago. You may not know anybody in Chicago, but we're an extension of you, and we know people in Chicago. So just make sure you know how to say it. And I promise you, most of the time they're going to say, oh my God, I don't know anybody. Please help me. Next slide. So this is my favorite. I'm being very facetious. I cringe when I see people go on social media. Last night, an agent went on social media and she said, does anybody know an agent, da, 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 da. And somebody came on in this area and they said, oh my gosh, yeah, I know people, you know, in that state or whatever, what part? So the agent came back, told them what part of the state that they needed help in. And the other agent came back and said, oh, I don't know anybody in that area. And I don't know any realtors in that area either. I just want to know how much time it took them to post that, do all this stuff. You have a whole department behind you that does this for you. So this took some time to, you know, put it out there where an agent says, does anybody know somebody in Aiken, South Carolina? Well, that's great, but you know, instead of going to Facebook, go to Delightful Dulcie. If you haven't talked with Dulcie in our department, then you, yeah, Alex, Dulcie connects you in minutes. She is wonderful. You have Dulcie at your disposal. Utilize her. Not only does she know people in those areas, she has stats on these agents. So when you go into Facebook and you say, hey, does anybody know an agent in Charlotte? You might get an agent come back and say, yeah, I know so-and-so in Charlotte. Well, after you dig a little bit, they just know this agent. They've never used them. They don't know if they're going to close anything. They've never closed anything for them. But if you go to Dulcie, you can say, Dulcie, who do you have in Charlotte that has been a rock star that, you know, you tell us what you want, she'll get it. She can also tell you their conversion rate. We have a 61% conversion rate on referrals when they're sent to our leading RE partners. We don't have any control over outside brokerages. If you want to use somebody outside, that's fine. But we do like our leading RE partners because they are just like us and they follow the same policy and procedures. And we're all looking to up our numbers. So next slide. So when you place a referral, at a minimum, we need their name, their contact information, their budget. A lot of times agents don't want to share this. We're not asking for a social security number. We are asking for a price range. If I were on the call right now and I said, I've got a great referral for you, who wants it? Most all of you would put up your hands. But then when I say they're actually looking $200,000 in Bono, a lot of you would drop off. So this is why that price range and that information is so important to make an match, because we've got great agents that will service that $200,000 client in Bono, but we just need to know that information. So the more you can tell us about the person, the better it is. Dulce loves to make matches. So if you tell us you need a female non-smoker who loves dogs, that basket weaves, that loves whatever, and works great with special needs children, you tell us what you need. It's your referral, and I promise you, Dulce does a great job, and she will find what you're looking for. The whole goal is not to just get a realtor in that area, but it is to match them with the perfect realtor in their area so they can build a relationship and also be knowledgeable and close that referral for you. So next slide. I think that's it.
That's all we have.
So again, $2,000 is the average referral fee. I know there's so many people on this call that are listening to me that did not send one outgoing referral last year. When you send them, it's the easiest money that you'll ever make. So please put that on your vision boards tonight and make some extra money for that shoe account or that vacation. We see some great checks, y'all. When I tell you great checks, I'm overwhelmed by the money that we get to put in the agent's bank account. And it's amazing that you are in the only profession that can help people anywhere and not be a party to the transaction and get money back, because any other profession, it's illegal. You are the only one. So take advantage of it.
That's awesome. Katrina asked if you'll go over the percentages for outgoing versus incoming. We have a good visual for that.
Yeah, that was in the slide. You mean as far as what's coming in and what's coming out, as far as people moving into the state and out?
No, she's talking about when you have a check and it's an incoming or an outgoing referral, what percentage goes to leading RE?
Oh, okay. So on every outgoing referral, whatever our company receives, 20%, no matter whether it is a Remax, a leading RE, whatever it is, 20% of whatever we receive goes to leading RE. Carolina One doesn't keep that. 20% of what we receive goes to leading RE in Chicago, and then you get your regular split on the difference. Yeah. And then on an incoming on an incoming referral, the fee is typically whatever it is. Whatever it comes in, unless it's a leading RE. If it's a leading RE, it's always 35%. So that's another thing. If you never sign your own referral agreement, you send it to Maggie or agents send it directly to me. We want to make sure that you know what you're getting into before you get into it. You don't want to start working with someone, get them under contract, you sign a referral agreement by yourself. And you find out what you signed is actually not accurate. One of the things that we're seeing now, and probably in the past 2 years this happens, is the referral fee comes over. Let's just say an agent in North Carolina sends you a direct referral. You sign off on the referral, but what you didn't read, it says 25%, and they send you this person, and it is they're selling a home and then buying another one. Instead of just being on that side, you think the referral is only on one side. The referral is actually on your entire commission, not just that side. So be careful what you sign, because that can be surprising when you think you're only paying for a referral fee on one side and you're actually paying it on both sides, even if you bring the buyer. If that makes sense.
Good feedback. Tracy, I constantly send those to Tracy, and she constantly says, well, I'm not sure if she wants to sign this. This says this. Yeah. So it takes 2 or 3 minutes. Tracy always gets right back to us. So I think that's definitely worth doing. So
yeah, I just hate when I have an agent surprise. So we're over here. Yes, we have a whole department at your disposal. So let us help you, make your life easier.
the average $2,000 in per check that you were talking about earlier, that is after any outgoing referral fee or anything like that. That's literally what the agent's getting deposited, right?
Yes, that's after the 20% goes to leading RE, and your whatever that, and that goes into your account. It's like 1980, I think, is what the average that's going into direct deposit. So that's your take home. And again, you have
Awesome.
probably about 10 minutes worth of work in that. If you don't go on Facebook and post it, and you go directly to Delightful Dulcie.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Tracy. We appreciate you being here with us today.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Thanks.
You too. See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, a couple of important memos we've got to go through. Earnestly. So now there is a way in SkySlope that's integrated with Earnestly. So you can actually, while you're processing things in SkySlope, you can send a request to your client for them to deposit the money through Earnestly, the earnest money. So when you go onto your transaction information details under in SkySlope, you go to the top and there's a new tab up there that says commission, and then request deposit, and you send that information right over to your client. Makes it super easy. Again, they only pay $7. They don't have a wire fee or anything like that. I've done a couple commission reductions lately for like $35 and $45 wire fees. I know sometimes we can't avoid that, but try to use Earnestly because it's so inexpensive and it's secure. So if you have any questions about that, let us know. Tony and Alyssa are pretty well versed in it at this point. Another reminder, if you are part of a team, and I know this kind of is limited to the teams in the room and online, but if you're part of a team and you have a commission check coming in that you are sharing with your team member, Tony and Alyssa and the accounting department have no way to know that you want your team member to receive money unless you tell us. So we had an issue a couple weeks ago, this week, where an agent was upset because she never received any income on a transaction. And we're like, well, we didn't know we were supposed to give you any income on the transaction. So please, please, please fill out the transaction information sheet. I know we require a lot of paperwork from you guys, especially if you were at another company before us and it was a little more lax, but I promise it's for good reason. We are a big company and we need to be compliant regardless of our size, but we will be the first target in terms of compliance regulations because we're so big. So if you are on a team, make sure you're splitting that accordingly. And even if you're not on a team and you partnered with somebody in the office on a transaction, you decided to go after one listing together because you both know the person or whatever, same thing. Make sure you tell us how that person is being paid. Multiple offers. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, but you might as well just expect them in every single transaction. I've heard so many issues. We'll talk a little bit more about this, but you might as well just expect that you're going to be in multiple offers on every single deal. Don't forget your net sheets. You can also do this on the buyer side. Go into Palm Agent. It's so useful. And you can do buyer estimates with Andrew and Cheryl, and you can compare. All right, we're in multiple offers, but if you go up $10,000, that's only going to be how much in your monthly payment? What'd you say?
What's the rule of thumb?
Yeah, $50. So $5 a month per thousand. That is a really easy rule of thumb. If you go up 10,000 in a multiple offers, that's pretty significant to the seller. So keep that in mind. We've also seen a couple of instances where people are removing the due diligence period, but removing the appraisal contingency, but including a due diligence period. Don't get caught on that. You're smarter than that. Okay, reminder on our partners, cost of auto insurance. Just in case you are curious, we do offer auto insurance through Carolina One Mortgage. Carolina One Insurance. The make and model of the vehicle is required. Your driving history goes into account, the coverage amounts, your driver's listed on the policy, your credit, location, and then obviously how often the vehicle is in use. So make sure you have all of that covered and your auto policy is in depth enough, because I think I've told you the story before. When I talked to Sass, he's like, if someone even taps your bumper, you're in big trouble. So we switched all that up. So definitely worth looking into. All right, Caravan. Quick reminder before we hear from, I believe Laura Goolsby's our only 2 new listings, but we'll hear from her in a second. If you've got a listing coming up, think through your strategy. Put it on InstaList first. Look for buyers in the buy side feature. Schedule an open house based on all of that interest, and then let's caravan it. Schedule your open house for that Saturday or something. Plan to go on the market that Monday. Let's caravan it the Thursday before. So you've got caravan Thursday, you've got open house Saturday, live on MLS Monday. chances are you're not going live on MLS active. You're probably going to go live on MLS pending. And then figure out the best way to present and strategize with your seller. I just think that's the best way to do things right now in our market, given our resources. Go the extra mile every single time. All right, Goolsby, tell us about Shiraz Lane. I don't know if she's actually on because I know she has somebody else leading prayer. Yeah, appointment. All right, so she's got 2411 Shiraz Lane, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, 2752 square feet out in Carolina Bay, 534.9. Nice listing. Nice pool. Oh, that's in the community. I was like, that's a really big pool for the backyard. And then she's also got 1115 Neighborhood Lane. That's a cute street. 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. This is in Poplar Grove for $450. Looks like it's got some nice upgrades and nice features. So reach out to Laura if you've got any buyers for either of those. I presume they will go very quickly. Anybody else want to unmute at home for an upcoming buyer or seller need?
I'm desperate. It's Andrea. I'm desperate for a small house in Ion, or a small house in the old village, or a lot around the old village. The buyers are here. They have 850 max, and they are stuck on those 2 areas, which are kind of unrealistic, but please help me. Thank you.
Does it need to be renovated?
Well, for that amount of money, I don't think so. They would like it. They would like move-in ready. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. What else? Paul's got a 3.2, 1,600 square feet. Oh, this isn't buyer need. 3.2, 1,600 square feet-ish, fenceable yard for large dogs, 275-ish, almost anywhere. That's good. They're going to have to go almost anywhere. Whitley, you've got something.
This thing will go fast. 3-bedroom townhome repairs with common. 230.
She's got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5 bath townhome in Beresford Commons. Price? $230. Pam will be listing Old Mount Pleasant, 3-bedroom, big yard, around 1,200 square feet, working on price. Ooh, Pam, sell that to Andrea. Done. Look at that.
Yay,
Problem
Pam.
solved. Yeah, it's not Old Village, but
Oh.
it's close. Yeah. Go ahead, Duval. And you're doing an agent. Okay. Next week, Duval's got that penthouse at Albemarle. Good condition, great view. She's going to do an agent event next Thursday. Tina Hartford, buyer need Dorchester or Berkeley under 260. Would love something off the market. Sherry and Bob Alford, buyer need 3.2, 1,700-ish square feet, bedroom down, up to 460. John Graham's got a buyer looking in Old Mount Pleasant, Old Village, Midtown, for a house with a first floor master, up to 900. Downtown single family, up to 750, 2 bedrooms, at least 2 baths, and off-street parking for Mary Guest. That's a buyer need. Leah Fry, buyer need, Carolina Park, up to 750. Oh my goodness, I can't keep up. Buyer coming in June. Pam Bishop said she's sending things to them now. She's looking 3 to 4 million, water or historic. Daniel Island up to 900. Reach out to Tina. Buyer need DI up to 1.2 on the south side. Reach out to Leah. I know. Buyer need, the townhomes in the back of, Kristen, what is that? What is it called? Where are those
Seaside
townhomes?
Farms.
Maria's. Seaside Farms, that's it.
Farms,
We're Ashley Marsh.
Murray's.
You live in Sioux Falls, right? Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
we
Murray's.
have a little listing
Um,
coming in Brook Green Meadows, area 42, quarter of an acre fenced, updated, but it's going to be at least 3 weeks, probably 500 plus.
Okay. Are you on your exercise bike right now?
I am. Do you want to see me?
No, I do not want to see you. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. All right. Anybody else? Once, twice? Melissa. She said, deep water dock, anywhere. Call Melissa. Not a house, just a lot. Buyer need wild dune, single family detached up to 1.1. If you've got something, call KJ. Leslie Evans, you should be able to find something for her in there. She's got a couple she's talking to in there. Oh, Alex. Alex Tragus is here. She said she's got Bono up to 250. If anybody's got anything. Andrew said, don't forget to send the outgoing referral. Abby and Greg, Goose Creek listing coming up, all one story. Oh, she said all one, sorry. 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet, probably around 230. Anything else? Oh yeah, Charlene said Paradise Island, Melissa. She said deep water and community boat ramp. All right. Yep, we're trying. We're stretching. We're getting creative. All right, guys, awesome. Keep it coming. Good work on that. We are about to hear from Kendall and Jack. Leah, would you mind turning your camera on and let them give us their little spiel on their leukemia fundraiser? Yes, we can.
Okay. So I'm here with Kendall Long and my son, Jack Fry, which they'll do a little presentation for you. And also Libba is on this call as well, and she's going to be doing the slides. So Jack and Kendall are part of this team for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Kendall is actually running for Student of the Year, and it's a campaign, and they're working on raising money to support this great cause. So they are going to kind of introduce themselves and kind of take it over from here.
All right. Hello, I'm Kendall Long, and I'm a senior at Bishop England High School, and I was nominated for the 2021 Student of the Year, and I'm competing with top students from around the Low Country to raise funds and awareness for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a senior at Philip Simmons, and I've joined Kendall Long's team, Long Strong, to help fight against cancer. And thank you for meeting with us too.
So the mission of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is advancing cancer cures. LLS was founded over 70 years ago and is dedicated to not only finding a cure for blood cancer, but for all cancers. They work to support their patients and families through providing resources, access, and advocacy. Today, February 4th, is World Cancer Day, and we are proud to share more about LLS and the impact they have made in the fight against cancer.
You may be surprised to learn that LLS has the most incredible breakthroughs over the last few years. In 2020 alone, LLS has helped advance 14 FDA approvals for blood cancer patients. Just last week, a brand new drug was approved specifically for children facing a leukemia diagnosis. And in a year that seemed hopeless for many, LLS was able to reach nearly $5 million in financial aid to blood cancer patients across the U.S. in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
But there's still more to do, because every 3 minutes someone is diagnosed with blood cancer, and sadly, every 9 minutes someone loses this battle. Leukemia is still the #1 diagnosed cancer among children, but only 4 drugs have been created specifically for children in the last 40 years. That is why LLS has launched the Children's Initiative, a $100 million effort to fight childhood cancer from every angle, including funding more research for treatments designed for kids.
Students of the Year is a leadership development program for high school students. Through this program, we will have many opportunities to grow our professional and leadership skills through public speaking opportunities, meeting with business leaders, and working with our team.
In 2020, just over 1,100 students participated in the campaign across the country and raised over $30 million in 7 weeks. Since the campaign began in 2016, high school students alone have raised over $74 million to fight cancer. I am so honored to be a part of this campaign and generation that will put an end to cancer.
I joined this campaign because I wanted to make an impact on the lives of those who are suffering and battling against cancer.
So there's not much a teenager can really get themselves involved in that will truly make an impact on this world. However, LLS has really given me that opportunity. I joined this campaign to help kids like Reese Shaw, 11-year-old boy fighting lymphoblastic leukemia. Together, we can put an end to cancer. So I've done some research on your company and found that we have some shared goals. Oh, never mind. Wrong slide.
Well, you can do that.
Finding Cures takes all of us, and my team is looking for business in the company to partner with LLS in support of our campaign to bring an end to cancer.
So now I've done some research on your company and found that we have some shared goals. I saw that on your website, Carolina One has over 50 years of experience and comprehensive knowledge of the Charleston, South Carolina market. You use your national and local resources to help clients. And similarly, LLS has been around for over 70 years and is dedicated to finding a cure to cancer. I also saw that you have a commitment to professionalism, personalized customer service, and results. Basically, you will do whatever it takes to serve your clients. Supporting patients is also LLS's top priority. We will do whatever it takes to support our clients. Finally, I saw that your team uses the most up-to-date technologies, and LLS believes in the power of technology and funds innovative research in the world to find cures for not only blood cancer, but for all cancers. I can tell that both Carolina One and LLS have a lot in common: an individualized customer service and truly caring about every client or patient is at the top of that list. Leah Fry has told me about how involved in the community that Carolina One is. And so we are running for the 2021 Low Country Student of the Year and have a goal of $50,000 in 7 weeks. We want to raise $50,000 because then I can link a research portfolio of my choice in honor of Reese Shaw. Our campaign kicked off a few weeks ago and ends on March 6th with grand finale celebration where all of the winners will be announced. We are looking for leaders in our community to partner with in fighting blood cancer. We would love to ask if you would consider supporting our campaign. There are many ways to support our efforts, from personal donations, no matter how small, sponsorship opportunities, and spreading the word. After this call, we can send an email with more information about our campaign and ways to support us. Thank you so much for letting us join your meeting today.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. I feel like I'm on Shark Tank a little bit. Like, I feel like I can be like, yes, I'm in. I will give you a $70 million donation.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks.
That's awesome.
Maggie.
Good stuff, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, email me a link or whatever so we can send it out to the office and we'll see how much we can get for y'all.
Awesome. Y'all are the best. Thank you.
And we can also put
Good job, guys.
We can also put a what did you guys have?
Like a
donation box in the kitchen if that makes it easier too for people. So
Sounds good.
thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have an awesome day. Oh, man, that was cool. All right, moving forward. Andrew, top that one. Yeah. Oh, Charlene, you get to top that one.
Oh, I know. Gosh, they did such a great job. Oh, man. She needs to teach a Toastmasters class or something. I mean, wasn't that great? All right, you guys. Well, I know that I'm going to follow up with that, but it's going to be so different. It's not really exciting stuff, but it's definitely stuff you need to know. So just more information in your toolbox. So I want to talk to you for about 3 minutes today about credit scores. And a lot of people say, well, what is my FICO score? And a lot of you might not even understand what FICO means. Well, FICO is a score created by the Fair Isaac Corporation. And lenders, mortgage lenders, dive deep into credit. We don't just look at credit on the surface. We dive deep. So a lot of times what you see from people, they'll call and tell Andrew and I, well, my Credit Karma says my score is 770. And I'm like, well, okay, all right. That's a good reflection, but it's Credit Karma, your experience score, the score you're getting off your credit card. They're very, very different than the credit score that we pull as mortgage lenders. Go ahead to the next slide, please, Maggie. So in our country, so why are they different? They're different. Hold on. Okay, I'm ahead of myself. Okay, they're different because we look at your credit for the last 10 years. We dive deep. We look at all kinds of algorithms, and they're weighted much differently because we look at long-term, we look at short-term, we look at have you had a lot of inquiries, and all those play into your credit scoring system. Go ahead, Maggie. Our country only has 3 credit bureaus: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And that is where we tap in for our information. We lend all mortgage lending, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mae, Ginnie Mae. We all require what's called a triple merged credit report. So we are seeing your credit scores and credit from across all 3 of these credit bureaus. So Maggie, if you go down to the next one. Now, Carolina One uses a credit reporting agency. Their name is Universal Credit Services, and they're the ones that actually put all the 3 credit bureaus' information into one comprehensive report for us. Go ahead, Maggie. You can end up with 16 variations of your credit scores. And as I said, our credit reporting agency then puts everything together in a logical sense. So you can get 5 different iterations and up to 3 generations of industry. That's what comes in over the last 10 years on you. So it's very detailed. It lets us see what's been going on in your credit history for the last 10 years. And that is where the 3 different credit bureaus develop your scores from. Okay. Go ahead, Maggie. All right. So just 10 points can make a difference, and as little as 1 point can improve a borrower's overall monthly house payment. So let's start at the bottom of the chart. We don't want to, unfortunately, people with this in the red who have poor to bad credit are going to have a tough time getting any loans. Now, I've never seen a credit score below 500, so I don't know what this 300's about. But if your credit score is between 300 and 629, you're in the poor to bad credit. In fact, when we do pre-approvals, our company doesn't even spend the money on the 3 different credit bureaus reporting. If your credit score is below 580, they only pull 1, because for every pre-approval we do and every triple merge credit report, it costs money. So your credit is considered fair to average if you're in the 630 to 580 range, excuse me, 630 to 689 range. You're considered to have good credit if you're in the 690 to 719 range, and you're considered excellent if you're over 720. So I'll give you a little bit of information on that. As of December, the average credit score in the U.S. was 711 points. So that's those folks are considered in the good. Yeah. Actually, I went back to last summer and it was less. And so, people being more careful, I guess, with COVID. But when we say as little as 1 point can improve a borrower's overall monthly house payment, this is where our Credit Boost program is so beneficial. If you have somebody who's got a middle, and we use the middle score, okay, of any borrowers on the loan. So if you have 2 borrowers on the loan, we're going to take the lower middle score and use that score in rates and mortgage insurance and loan products. So these scoring can be very, very important and critical because say you have a 699 credit score. If I can get you to 700, your rate will drop by 1/8 and your mortgage insurance will probably drop by 25%. So it's very, very important. Nia and I are working on it with a young lady right now. She's got a 694 score. We're going to boost her up to 705. It's going to save her over 6% in her overall monthly payment between rate and mortgage insurance. She's thrilled, and it's going to take her about $600 to do it. Luckily, she has the capability of doing it. But that it lets her go out and be, just understand that she can save money in her payment. She feels a lot better about it, and it's just something very, very simple. So we do this all day long, and we've got a couple people in boot camp. We want people to be homeowners eventually, so we're just going to help them with it. I will say on the blue at the top of the chart where it says excellent credit at 720, I don't quite agree with that. Really, in my opinion, your excellent credit scores are when you get 760 and above. And the reason I say that is because there's no rate difference. When you go above 760, there's no rate and no mortgage insurance cost difference. I can't boost you to 800 and it improve. That's where it stops. So I think that's excellent should be at the 760 mark, in my opinion. Now, as far as 800 credit scores, I have people tell me all the time, well, yeah, my Chase Visa says I have an 800 score or 850 score. I very seldom see scores over 800. So a lot of times when you see that information come over on your one credit card, they're only scoring you on that one piece of credit. So anyways, but nonetheless, 760 and above is considered excellent, but we can work with everybody. So as again, what we were talking about, what's affected? The interest rate, the mortgage insurance is a big item that's affected. The lending programs we offer you, it's nice to have conventional options versus only having an FHA option, your underwriting strength, and of course, the lower your mortgage insurance and interest rate, the more home you can buy. So, okay, go ahead, Maggie. Let's see. All right. So anyways, that's a little bit on credit. And I just wanted to throw in a little bone there for Andrew and I. We love refinance referrals. Andrew and I have all the new res information on all the loans we've closed in the last, how long have you been there, Andrew? 8 years? What did he say?
9 in August, he said.
Okay, 9 years. So we have all that information at our fingertips. And so, of course, we are producers like you all, so we're going out and talking to a few of those people, but really we'd rather talk to your sphere and work with people that you might send our way. So, and I just wanted you to see what Andrew and I do. If we have somebody call us and say, hey, I'd like to talk about refinancing, we do a little analysis for them to make sure it makes sense to do a refinance. We're not just people calling us and they want to do a refinance and we do it. We want to make sure it's the right thing for them to do. So this is just one example of one of the things that Andrew and I do. I did this for Lisa Northup's client earlier this week, and they're going to save $400 a month, going from the 4.25 down to like 2.875. So I just want you to know that we appreciate if you send anybody to us because we know that they're serious about refinancing, and we love personal referrals versus, just having general public call us and to do refinances. And we are down to 45 days on our refinance closings. A lot of horror stories out there about some people who are still waiting to refinance. They've had their loan in with maybe a larger bank or a broker, and they've been sitting there for 3 or 4 months. So anyways, but thank you guys for considering us on that.
Andrew had something. Hang on. He's asking, does everybody know what the current minimum credit score requirement is to do a loan? 580? 645?
No is the answer.
No, we don't know. That's the right answer.
620.
620 is
620. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
620.
580 is not 580 is the point. Before COVID,
Yeah.
it was 580.
Oh, before COVID, he's saying it was 580, but we should know now it's 620.
And it went up to 640 and 660 and it's come back down to 620. So, hey guys, interest rates are kind of remaining flat. So take a hard look at these. I still love these jumbo rates. We've got some fabulous jumbo money. 2.75 30-year fix. There is no catch to that. It is great money. So, but these are yesterday's rates. So let us know what we can do to help you out. And I'll go ahead and do the thank yous, I think. So, all right. Thank you so much, Pam Bishop and Steve Smith. We had a couple nice closings last week. We really appreciate it. And looking forward to doing some more with you guys. And thank you to the Fester team and Dominique House for the new loans that we just put on the books with you guys. Fester's was a nice big one out there in Kiowa. So anyways, we appreciate that. So, and then we've talked to quite a few clients this week for Nia Swinton Jenkins, Steve Smith, the Elite Rand team, Michelle Gathers, Paul Lynch, Andrea Rose Rousseau, and Renee Kramer team. Thanks, guys. We appreciate your referrals. And then we're always happy to help out with questions for Ann Wise, Nia Swinton Jenkins, Rick Atkinson, Mary Maloney, John Graham, Laurel Goolsby, Kimberly Ritter, Molly Lawson, Joshua Selden, Lisa Northrup, and Hope Reed. So thanks so much, everybody. We're here to help you anytime you need us. Take care. Have a good day.
Awesome. Thanks for the info, Sherilyn. Good stats on the credit scores too. Thank you. All right, guys, we will wrap with this today. Thank you for hanging on. We're 10 after 10. I promise I'll be done in about 4 minutes, maybe less. What does this little GIF remind you of? Berkeley County. I was looking for a visual to describe what I feel like is the real estate market right now, and that's what I came up with. The wild, wild west. So Kerry Walker's here, and he said, pretty accurate. I get the benefit of seeing everything and hearing everything that not everything, but many more situations than what you guys do. So I'm doing my best to try to share those with you guys. So yesterday, here are just a couple of things that have come up. This was all before like 2 o'clock too. So the first one, these are all like comments or things that the agents have told me. Hey, Maggie, we have a low appraisal. It's $10,000 low. Okay, great. In that scenario, our agent went to the lender, found a way to creatively restructure the loan and continue to move forward. But instead, the listing agent had a backup offer. So she just decided to send over a release of contract. And I'm like, well, that's nice of her, but she can't do that. So tell her you're carrying on. Crazy. But she had a backup offer. So there you go. Another agent said, I was showing homes last night to a buyer. There were multiple agents and buyers there. It was 7 p.m. Crazy. I texted the agent at 10:30 that I would submit the offer first thing in the morning. He said, okay. At 6 a.m. when I went to submit the offer, it was already pending. He's like, I felt sure between 10:45 at night and 6 a.m. it wasn't going to go pending. And he would have let me know because I told him I was sending him an offer. Nope. This house came on the market at 9 a.m. It was pending by noon. I called the agent, straight cash, no contingencies. How do buyers with financing even compete? Great question. I was showing a property, literally 7 agents and buyers there all at the same time. They have 25 showings today. Yeah. It's also happened several times where you guys have called me. This happened, not several times so far, but in our office where you guys have called me and then I hang up the phone with one of you and then another one calls or I call one of you and you're all going after the same property. That happened last week and none of us got it. We all lost. And then this one, I was showing a property, literally 7 agents and buyers there at the same time, 25 showings today. There was like 5 other Carolina One agents there. So I get it. It's frustrating. That's why I feel like this. And I know you guys do too. But we have to figure out how to slow ourselves down. There's 2 emotional responses that I see you guys experiencing in this market. There's a lot, but there's 2 that come to mind most often. It's some version of this, or perhaps this, or perhaps this. That's a lot of us, especially tonight at vision boards when you guys are all, yeah, a dartboard instead of vision board. That's perfect. Good suggestion, Willie. But truthfully, this is how you guys are feeling. If not the whole time, every day, at some point of your day, this is how you're feeling. You're waking up this way. You're going to bed this way. It is not good. So all of this really is going to eventually lead to what? Burnout. Yeah, stress, crash and burn, disgruntledness. You're probably yelling at your kids more than you probably should. Your spouse is the worst person on the planet right now. You hate all your friends. You also hate all your clients. You hate every real estate agent in the world. You're frustrated. Everyone's lying. Everyone's being deceitful. People are being sneaky. I mean, it's hard. It's really, really hard to mentally stay in the game, right? Yes, it is. It's an antidote for stress. Is actually right. So the bad news is there's very little of what's going on in the market right now that we can actually control. So we know our 3 spheres of control, right? Look at the blue stuff in that little circle thing. The majority of that picture is blue, which is the stuff we can't control. The minority of the stuff in that photo is red, which is the stuff you can control. There's a little bit more of things we can influence, but that's not very exciting, right? It's a lot easier to get upset about the things we can't control. But the good news is, if we can't control what's happening, we can find power in controlling the way we respond to what's happening. And I know this all sounds really hokey, especially for some of you who are stressed out. One of our agents just texted me, I'm not coming to the vision board thing tonight because I'm way too stressed and I'm not in the right mindset. And I'm like, okay, that's why you should come to the vision board. Did I tell you we'll have wine? What'd you say? It wasn't actually. So I know some of you are about to be like, Maggie, I'm done listening to you right now because I'm just too busy to listen to this, right? And I get it, but you need to make time for self-care. And I need to listen to this sometimes too, right? We need to make time for self-care. There are 47 more Mondays left in this year. 47 more Mondays. That actually doesn't really sound like that many. But it's way too early, as Andrew said earlier, to crash and burn. We can't sustain this type of pace and this type of misbalanced emotions if we're only in February and we haven't even hit our spring market, which is our busy time, which I'm actually kind of frightened about right now. So we need to make time for self-care. I know you're really saying this, and I keep pointing it out because I really want to try to get your attention and get you guys to hear it and really, really try. There's a couple of ideas on what you can do, right? I know many of you are thinking, okay, Maggie, sure. How am I supposed to make time for self-care when I don't even have time to wash my hair or brush my teeth, right? Or have a date night with my spouse or say hey to my kids, right? So 5 tips to help you make time for self-care. Number 1, set the tone. As soon as you come home from work, change into something comfortable or go into a space that is comfortable. Light a candle that you like, play music that relaxes your mind. There's something about setting a scene, even if you have more work to do, that will just calm you down. Gary Walker said, how about liquor? Yeah, you and Maloney. There you go. So set the tone. Tip number 2, break it up or bookend your day. Sometimes a whole hour or 2 of time is really daunting. When I was competing in bodybuilding shows and I had to do an hour of cardio a day, I would be like, oh my God, I have to be on the treadmill for a whole hour. So I would just break it up, 30 minutes and 30 minutes. And that made it a lot easier, right? So 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes midday, and 5 minutes in the evening. You'd be amazed at how much of an impact that makes. And you could do anything for 5 minutes. Let's be serious. Set a go-to-bed alarm. I have one of these on my phone. And actually, when I had my Christmas tree up, my timer on my Christmas tree lights was set to like 10:30. And if the Christmas tree went out, like the lights turned off, I was like, oh God, I got to go to bed. It's time to go. Time to get to bed. But now it's on my phone and I literally react the same way. I'm like, oh goodness. And on the weekends, I turned it off because I would be like, oh no, I'm still out having wine. I got to get to bed. I got to go home. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. But it really does make you cognizant of, okay, it's 10:30. My alarm just went off and told me I should start winding down. And I'm still in the middle of filling out a repair addendum, right? We had an agent the other day, actually last night she called me, flipping out to herself because she wrote the repair addendum at 10:45 at night while her client was calling her, telling her she wants to back out of the contract, but she doesn't have a right out of the contract. And guess what? We missed an item on the repair addendum. So we got to stop doing stuff like that. We have to do a reverse wake-up call and tell ourselves, okay, it's time to chill out. Create your own rituals. So many of you like to drink coffee. Maybe you drink liquor in the morning. I'm not sure. But many of you drink coffee in the morning. Make that your time where you just shut down. Instead of drinking your coffee while you're doing 10 other things, sit down, don't have your phone next to you, and drink your coffee. It takes you like 5 minutes, Andrew. Yeah. 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 He said, don't look at your email first thing. In fact, turn the ding alert off your phone so that every time you get an email, you get a ding. Turn it off. Turn it off. I remember when Chris Haviland was my broker in charge and he told us to do that. And I was like, I can do that? He's like, yeah, please do. It's a huge relief. But the coffee part, I mean, if you're Andrew and you drink 35,000 cups of coffee a day, you would never get anything accomplished if you were winding down every time you drank your cup of coffee, but at least do it in the morning, right? If you just took that amount of time, the time it takes you to drink a cup of coffee, you'd be amazed. Number 4, take advantage of your schedule. Everyone needs to eat lunch every day. Everyone needs to eat breakfast every day. How many of y'all have skipped lunch or breakfast in the past week? Yeah, every single one of you. Okay, why? Because you're busy, right? You got stuff to do. You got people to meet with. You have repair addendums to negotiate. If I have something to do with Alex, a business plan or something, oftentimes I'll say, hey, Alex, let's go do our business plan over lunch because I got to eat and you got to eat. So we might as well talk over lunch. You bring your computer. Digit and I have done that a bunch of times. Thorne and I did it yesterday. I mean, breakfast before the day gets crazy. Schedule a breakfast with somebody and go through their repair addendum. Go through the listing docs. Take advantage of your schedule in that regard. And the 5th tip, set a goal. This is a huge one, huge for accountability. If you're like me, I am not going to go after something and consistently stay on routine unless I have a goal. I'm like, well, that can fall to the end of the priority list. It's not really that important because there's no real goal to it, which is fitness related especially. So if you're not committed, it's going to be the first thing that falls off your priority list. So set yourself a goal. You want to start meditating or something, do 2 minutes a day, do 3 minutes a day. I met a woman yesterday who's very interesting. She meditates for 2 hours a day, minimum. And every quarter in like March, September, December, whatever the months are, she goes away for a whole month and meditates for a whole month where she literally gets there. She has no connection to the outside world. She does not speak the whole time she is there and literally just clears her whole head. And she said to me, your mind right now is like water and dirt. And she's like, and it's all mixed together. And sometimes it's mud and it's like really thick, heavy mud. And sometimes it's a little bit less muddy and sometimes it's dry and sometimes it's really liquidy. And she's like, but when you get into this mindset, it takes about 7 to 8 days. The mud or the dirt will eventually settle and then you can just be a liquid mind. And I was like, oh my God, I think you just meditated me. It was like amazing. So really, she has tremendous control over her mind. And that's obviously pretty extreme. But she has tremendous control over her mind just because she chooses to. I don't know how she's going to do real estate very well without a teammate, but we're determined to find a way. Yes. Yes. So in summary, set the tone to relax your mind, break up the me time in different parts of the day. Don't feel selfish to need me time. You cannot help anyone without a clear head, right? Mindset, skill set, actions. We say it in that order for a reason. Set a get ready for bed alarm, create some rituals, and take advantage of your schedule. You've got the ability to do all this. And remember, a lot of what's going on in that wild, wild west market right now is outside of our control. So this is from what book? Bob Berg, from The Go-Giver. And this is one of the 5, I think it's 5, stratospheric laws of success. The most valuable gift you have to offer to anyone is yourself. What good are you to anyone if you are crazy up here? We've got to get that in check, right? So let me know how I can help you with that. Please, please, please come to the vision board. Even if you don't do a vision board, you just come hang out. It would be good camaraderie, good time to relax and wind down. We'll have wine and some beer and some snacks. Stay on for virtual prayer room, if you will. And just a quick update on Jeannie. I talked with Jeannie 2 days ago. I don't remember. But she was in the hospital and she is home now. But she's fighting a really, really tough battle. So we've just got to keep the prayers going, stay strong for her. She's not really answering text messages or calls at all. So I think just stick to the caring bridge and get your updates from there. But we'll keep you posted on that. But all you can do right now is pray for her and her family. So please do that. Yes, and there is a card. Thank you, Duval and Elizabeth. Elizabeth left a card at the front desk. If you will, please sign that for her. We're going to send that to her later in the week. All right, that's it, guys. Have a great start. Thanks for being here. You're welcome.
Hey guys, we're gonna try to do our virtual prayer room without Laura. Stay on if you can.
You got this, Karen.